I pray you don't remember me. I stand on top of the hill and cry no rain. Standing up for what I believe without no shame. We call the fire down and kill the priest stand. Prophets of Baal that tried to steal our sheep. These are the days of the late and the great ones. John, Paul, Moses, and don't forget Samson. That's right. With the strength of one, many men were slain. All in the name that we praise Yahweh. Take the chains off, let my tongue loose. I got a little something that I wanna say to you. Here we go from city, city, across the land. Delivering our lyrics that's sure to be contraband. Put your hands up, enjoy the movement. This one's for the streets, so let's do this. Here we go from city, city, across the land. Delivering our lyrics that's sure to be contraband. Put your hands up, enjoy the movement. This one's for my heart, so let's do it. It's like Enter the Dragon, but the dragon's already slain.
Hey, yo. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Standard 81 podcast. My name is Sincere, and we are back again with another episode. But before we get started into this one, let's go ahead and take that quick 30-second break so that we can get our minds right, and I'll be back with you here in 3, 2, 1. And I am back, and we are ready to get it started. But before we get into today's topic, go ahead and hit that like button, or if you dislike it, go ahead and hit that dislike button. Either way it goes, it's engagement. I appreciate it. And if you haven't and you like this channel, subscribe. That will help the videos get out better to the algorithm and help amp the channel up. And if you believe that this is really helping you and it can help somebody else, please share it with somebody you know, as well as comment down below and let me know what you are thinking. Without any further ado, let's get into it. No coffee dates. No coffee dates. Now, I know for the last few streams, I've been talking a lot about my faith and how I feel and how that's all set and in play with all this stuff is involving the world, and how relationship with Christ will help you get your personal relationships in order, which I still think about. But I want to just, for this particular one, talk about coffee dates, because recently I just heard on TikTok, and this is once again a gentleman saying he was turned down by a young lady because he offered a coffee date. Well, let's talk about different dates and the significance of those type of dates. But before I get into that, let's look at the word date, right? Because so many people have this impression in their head that when you go out on a date, it's supposed to be something in particular. So I'm just going to look up the word date and read it for what it really says out of the Webster's Dictionary. It says, and I quote, "The time in which an event occurs, a statement of execution, the period of time which something belongs, an appointment to which you meet at a specific time, and last but not least, an engagement for professional or performance purposes." That's the definition of a date. Now, in modern society and in the dating and mating space, we have coined that as something that means that's something that's supposed to be of some sort of significance other than what it is. And I think we need to get back to the definition of the words. The definition of the word date is to meet up with somebody at a significance at a particular time. And when we start looking at it for just that, I think we will get better results for ourselves. Now, no coffee dates. If you've seen the thumbnail, on there, the young lady said, "No coffee dates, no long walks, no drinks." Cool. But let's look at the significance of dates of several types of dates and see what it looks like on from the male's perspective, right? Coffee dates, walks, and drinks. It doesn't necessarily have to be alcohol. It just, going somewhere and getting drinks or ice cream. These are casual ways of interacting with you and seeing more about your character and whether or not we click on a chemistry level. Because we could have been having engaging conversations with each other, and we could have been talking with each other on a phenomenal level, but then when we actually get around with each other, nothing clicks. There's no chemistry. There's no. And let me say this as a Christian. I don't believe everything should revolve around chemistry, but you should have um, some type of physical attraction towards that person outside of the initial interaction, outside of the initial seeing. If when you get around them, you don't feel some type of attraction towards them after the initial interaction with them or the initial engagement, that's an issue. That's a problem that you may never get over. So it either needs to be addressed or you need to stop involving yourself with them. But that's the reason most men go on coffee dates, go to drink dates, do long walks. It's to see engagement. It has nothing to do with being cheap. It has nothing to do with the fact that they ain't got no money or anything like that. As a matter of fact, more wealthy guys will probably choose to do things that are not as of substantial cost. And if they do something that is of substantial cost, they probably want some recompense for that cost. Let's just be honest, right? There's a give and take, there's an exchange. So the more somebody has to put out, the more they expect. And I know ladies look at it like it's not romantic, it's like it feels like a job interview. Well, in a way it is. You are putting yourself in front of a man just like he is putting himself in front of you for a position you want to take in their lives. And that position you want to take is of some significance. And if it's not of some significance, why are you even dating? Why are you even courting? Why are you even out here looking to engage with each other like that? Unless you're just looking for fun time, and then okay, whatever, do whatever makes your boat rock. But I'm not with that. And honestly, at that point, what you get is what you pay for. If you want to go down that route, the truly transactional route is you get what you pay for on both ends. So if the man is paying for lavish dates, you better be ready to dish out something very lavish or something that he really wants. But see, young ladies don't seem to see it that way. They want the romance. And here's what we got to come to grips with. The time and period in which we live in has changed. People have changed. Times have changed. And we as men are trying to abide by the things that y'all say y'all want. But it is very complicated and and almost absurd to try to fill in all these quotas. You say you want to be left alone. You say you don't want to be approached. You say you don't want this. Well, how is a gentleman supposed to get to know you and you don't like calls, you don't like texting, you don't like everything. They got this ick list, and it keeps on getting longer and longer and longer. How is a man supposed to get to know you? I'm gonna tell you, a man like me ain't gonna take you out on no doggone dinner date. Just not initially. That may come down the line, maybe on the second date, possibly the third date, but that's not gonna be the initial go ahead. Because I don't even know if I like you like that. You don't even know if you like me like that. And this is not just a money thing. Why do you want to spend over an hour with somebody you don't enjoy the company of? While y'all sit there and look at each other and think to yourself, man, I am wasting my time. But you may want the experience of going to that restaurant or being in that particular atmosphere. Cool, to take yourself and take your homies. Take your homegirls. Take yourself to, or is it that you try to, just like you try to put on the man, you are broke and you wouldn't be able to afford it any other way? It's okay if you don't have the money for it, but don't sit there and try to pretend like just because the man won't pay for it for you, he's somehow inferior. No, he's just using common sense. He's just using his logic. He's just using his deductive skills and saying, hey, you know what? Maybe the best thing to do is further see if I'm enjoying this person's company as much as I was before shelling out more time and more money on this person. That's called a risk analysis. See, here's the thing I don't get. How come it is in everything that we do in life, we measure our risk, we assess the amount of things that we can get out of it, what it is we need to accomplish, but when it comes to mating and dating, we want to leave all that up to feelings. And we want to have criteria, but we don't want to think about what comes along with that type of criteria. Now, I've heard ladies say all the time, it doesn't show high self-esteem and that you're worthy of something. I'm going to tell you nowadays, you know what that shows most men? That you're a gold digger. That you're after money, you're after a lifestyle, it don't show them that you're high value. It don't show them that you're worth anything. It just shows them that you may not even be able to afford what it is you were talking about. And I don't want to hear none of y'all say that, oh yeah, I can treat myself out to that anytime. That's why I want him to take me there. They're cool. You got the money. That's great. Why don't you go Dutch then? Are you afraid of that? Are you afraid of going Dutch? If you want to go to that restaurant so bad, why not tell that man, hey, let's go to this restaurant. I'll pay my way, you pay your way. No, but you want the fantasy of it all. See, it's so funny that when it comes to dating, we want to live in traditional values, but then when it comes to everything else, we want modern. I want to be a stay-at-home woman, but I also want to be an independent boss chick. And ladies, I know it seems like I'm jumping on you, but I just want you to understand the significance of dates in a man's eyes. If he is taking you out to a nice restaurant, that means now he sees some significance in you, not just in what you look like. He sees some significance in your character. He sees some significance in how you hold yourself. He has talked to you. He has now interacted with you on a few occasions, and he's like, yeah, she's worth an investment. She's worth a substantial investment. Because here's the funny thing about it. If you really like a guy, and ladies, you got to admit this. If you really like a dude, he don't really have to do much. You don't care what he does. This is how come you can go over somebody's house that ain't got a dime, sleep with him, and give him a child, and then require the next man to do everything. This is why I say the significance of a coffee date and the significance of a dinner date don't mean much. When it comes down to it, men know that you only require substantial things from men you probably don't take it seriously or don't like that much. So you're going to require them to put out more and put up front more than the men that you like would. Because if the man that you liked and you thought in your mind came up to you and said, let's go for ice cream, you'd be like, yeah, I'm down for ice cream. You'd be willing to follow him to the ends of the earth because it's the type of man you like. And men know this. But nonetheless, in them knowing this, they are still willing to try to pursue you in a certain type of way and saying, look, I'm going to look beyond your superficial standards, and I'm going to try to show you that I have value. And the way that I'm going to try to show you I have value is by sitting with you and engaging with you in a verbal conversation to see if we can build some type of chemistry. Is that a bad thing? I don't think so. Or, hey, look, we got chemistry when we initially met each other. Let's see if that spark is still there. Let's see if that attraction is still there. Because it's one thing to see somebody online. It's one thing to see somebody in FaceTime. It's one thing to talk to somebody, but it's another thing to see that person in person. Everything could have been great. And y'all ladies hear about it all the time. Men hear about it all the time. When I finally seen that person in person, it wasn't exactly what I expected, or it was more than what I expected. Wow, I was pleasantly surprised. So why not discover that part first rather than put yourself in a position to be disappointed with every other part of the date except the food? It's not that most men don't want to give you that dinner date. It is not that most men don't want to take you out and do something nice for you. It's not. At least any decent man. It is not that. What it is we want to make sure that we are getting quality from the effort that we're going to put forward. And what y'all want is effort put forward before the quality is shown. But at some point, you got to negotiate. You got to be willing to compromise. And the first show of somebody that they're willing to invest in is by accepting something that may not be to your liking initially. I don't like coffee. Cool. Let's go to ice cream. I'm lactose intolerant. Cool. Then let's go do drinks. I don't drink alcohol. We can do non-alcoholic drinks. I don't want to do drinks. Cool, then let's go to Buffalo Wild Wings. We can get some wings and some fries. That may be the closest you get to a dinner date. A sports bar or or something, a place that's very casual. A TGI Fridays, a Ruby Tuesdays, a Chili's. If all these are not closed by now, I'm hoping not. Something that is inexpensive, where you two can sit and get to know each other. That's the whole point of the date. The significance of the date is for you to find more commonalities and see that after connecting in person, there is still that something there that makes you say, I want to proceed forward. That shouldn't be seen as a bad thing. But so many of you ladies want to romanticize it. So many of you ladies want to have the fantasy of dating versus the reality. Let me tell you this, and I'm going to close it with this. Before you get to the fantasy of it all, you got to first deal with the reality. Because ain't no man, no good man in his right mind saying to himself, I just want to, I don't want to see her smile. I don't want to see her happy. I don't want to see her have nice things. I don't know a man alive, a good man alive that would say that. But in today's day and age, they want you to deal with the reality of it. Are you willing to hang with me? Are you willing to be with me when you don't see everything that you like right at your fingertips? Or choice B, wait until he's at the finish line. Wait until that man is at the finish line where he can pick from thousands. And then just maybe he'll pick you and he'll take you out and show you all the lavish stuff, but he won't take you as serious because now he's got thousands of choices. Think about it. So before you get ready to shoot down a coffee date, ladies, before you're ready to shoot down a walk in the park, or before you're ready to shoot down going out for drinks, or anything that you may feel is beneath you, think about what you're passing up. Think about, better yet, don't think about what you're passing up. Think about who it is you're passing up. And if you feel like, yeah, you know, it don't matter because the guy that I'm passing up ain't nothing anyways, then cool. All right. No problem. No harm, no foul. But if it's somebody significant and somebody you think could be a potential spouse, then my suggestion is get off your high horse and go on that date. And that's all I'm going to say. Anyways, check out the Standard 81 podcast over there on TikTok, as well as check out Sincere the Artist over there in the Instagram. All my links are in the bio, in the bio of YouTube over here. You'll see it in the link tree, all that good junk. That's the way to get in contact with me, as well as reach out to me. Once again, like the video, dislike. Share it with somebody you feel that needs it, as well as comment down below if you're watching it after the live. Type in second watch in the comments, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you guys on the next one. God bless you all, and peace.